Anything we ask according to his will, he heareth us. So it goes back to my point of the faith, that are you believing in what God told you, or are you believing in the prayer that you prayed, hoping that he answered the prayer that you prayed, right, and now he ain't never told you right what he's going to do right now? Are you operating off of just hope? Are you just saying, well, I'm having faith and believe that God is going to bless me? Yeah, but did God tell you that that's what he's going to do? And if God ain't told you that what he was going to do, then it's going to be hard for you to hold on. It's going to be hard for you to be patient. Why? Because you ain't heard no voice to give you any type of encouragement or secure that it's going to happen. That's what it's all about. Him giving you that security that it's going to happen. And I already know that God is going to do it. Like the times when I mess up, when I do some crazy, stupid stuff, we get into a disagreement, right? She already know that God is going to deal with me because her prayer of faith, okay, God, you deal with him. Now that's her level of faith, right? That's God's will. Because evidently her and God got a secret or something. Every time you do some stupid stuff, all you got to do is just tell me and I will touch his heart and he's going to come back and apologize to you. And every single time it happens, because that means that she don't remember what God told her. That anytime you don't do something crazy, they're ignorant, out of character, selfish, uncivilized, just go into your book of prayer, write it down, and eventually I'm going to touch his heart and he's going to come to you. Now, if my wife did not know God was telling her to do that, she'll still be waiting for me to do that. She'll be patient. I'm waiting on God to deal with him. I'm waiting on God to deal with him. I know. I believe God gonna be like, I ain't never told you that I'm gonna deal with him. But the difference is that God told her that. Well, every time you write in that book, I don't care what prayer you pray, I'm gonna grant it. I keep trying to tell her, all you got to do is pray for them 7 numbers for that freaking lottery, and God gonna grant it.
Listen, y'all,
God gonna grant you. If anybody else, he ain't gonna grant. It's gonna be you. Why? Because he already told you that anything you write down in that journal, I'm gonna grant it to you. Why she ain't did it yet? I don't know why.
Because that ain't God's will for me to put that in my journal. Listen, this is not something that we just came up with. And we always tell y'all, you're not going to hear from us if we don't have anything to give you. So we've already, it's been a long time. We've been dealing with stuff on our own personally, in our marriage, on our jobs, with our business. So trust me, God has been speaking to us. So now we're sharing it with you. All right. What is God saying about obedience? A lot of times people are thinking obedience mean, okay, I told you to do this, I want you to do it. You look at obedience like it's a production or a task. Do you know that obedience is also the process of waiting? If God is telling you to wait, you have to obey, right? So what is God telling us about obeying? I want you to talk about this. This is what he's telling me. He might not be telling you this. This is what he told me about obeying in my season of waiting. He says, Marshall, don't question it. Don't doubt it. Trust the directions and instructions and do it. Now, we think when we hear that, we hear pursue. We hear do something, but we don't hardly ever hear the wait. Then he says, don't deviate from it. Don't move based on fear, and don't not move based on fear, but move based on faith and trusting in me. Waiting is an action. And that's the hardest action I feel it is when God tells us to do something. The wait. Even if you have to move afraid, even if you have to wait afraid, do it anyway. It's not a sin to be fearful and obedient. Just do it and obey. Wait and obey. And waiting could be anything. Obeying can mean anything. And if he's telling you to obey, obey. What does that look like in the waiting season? Wait, be still, don't do anything. Do this, do that while you're waiting. Also, don't worry about the outcome or the results. That's none of your business. This is what he's telling me, Marsha. That's none of your business. Don't worry about how it's going to come work out. Don't worry about what's happening when you're just waiting. That's none of your business. Stay in your lane and do what I've called you and told you to do right now. Wait. Be cool. He says, focus on the task at hand. Many of times, we have deviated from the priority that God has us in right now because we're focusing on what we're waiting for. See, we're waiting for X, but God is saying, why are you worrying about X? And I'm telling you to focus on Y. The Y is what's happening right now, what's in front of you, what you have versus what you don't have. He said, trust me in the process, one wait at a time. Y'all thought I was going to say one step at a time. Nope. One wait at a time, one step at a time, one wait at a time. Because sometimes, again, we hate waiting, although waiting is an action word. And when anytime you don't hear me in the process, stand still until your next instructions are given to you. It's okay to stop in the middle of the process because that's obeying too. It's all a part of the process. Instructions can look just like this. You ready? Stop. Go, turn left, turn right, keep straight. Wait, wait, and wait. Obey. See, we have to get in the mindset. Oh, waiting is also obeying because you're doing what God has called you and told you to do.